Hearing meeting to order. Regular council adoption of minutes. Regular council February 1.
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor? Opposed? Carried.
I'll move the council and committee of February 1st.
Second.
All those in favor? Opposed? Carried.
And move the regular council land use of February 1st.
Second.
All those in favor? Opposed? Carried.
And move the minutes of the regular council public hearing of February 1st.
Second.
All those in favor? Opposed? Carried.
Move minutes be received, Finance Committee, February 10th.
Second.
All those in favor? Opposed? Carried.
Move recommendations be adopted.
Second.
And all those in favor? Opposed? Carried. Moving immediately into the public hearing portion of the agenda. Madam Clerk, would you please read bylaw number 1?
The first bylaw is zoning amendment bylaw 18647. The address is 15166 60th Avenue. The applicants are Alan and Joan Helm. The applicant seeking to rezone the property from 1 acre residential to multiple residential 30. Applicants proposing to develop 20 townhouse units, and in addition, a development variance permit is being sought to reduce the setbacks and allow for parking within the south setback for 2 visitor parking stalls.
Council has several pieces of correspondence on this bylaw, but I have no one signed up to speak to the bylaw. Is there anyone wishing to speak to bylaw number 1? First call, second call, third and final call. Thank you. Bylaw number 2, please, Madam Clerk.
Zoning amendment bylaw 18648. The address is 2215 164th Street. The applicants are William and Pamela Bray. The applicants are seeking to rezone the property from 1 acre residential to multiple residential 30. Applicant is proposing to develop approximately 66 townhouse units.
I have no correspondence on this item, and nor do I have anyone signed up to speak to this bylaw. Is there anyone wishing to speak to bylaw number 2? Anyone after this speaker? Okay, Deb, you are the speaker.
Good evening, Deb Jack, Surrey Environmental Partners, care of 7680. I can't even remember my date. 7680 143 Street. I sound like a spring
You
frog.
sounding like, yes.
Spring frog. With regards to this, just to point out that there will be there was, inclusive of the alder, a total of 139 trees on the site, and they're only going to keep 8. That's an incredible loss of biodiversity. Just to note that, but one of the things I cannot figure out with this report is where is the biodiversity conservation strategy strip of 16 feet?
Mr. Planner, can you identify where the conservation strategy strip is? Thank you.
Madam Mayor, through you to the delegation,
the
conservation strip is at the south end of the property, and it comprises of a 5-meter drainage corridor and a 10-meter dedication for the Grandview Ridge Trail.
And, okay, and it aligns with the trail on the opposite side?
That's correct.
Yeah, okay.
So essentially what we're looking at here is another glorified sidewalk that's going to be considered part of a corridor.
Yes.
I got my answer. I couldn't figure it out from the plan. We've spoken to this issue before. Once again, it does seem inadequate for a corridor.
Thank you. You know, when it's small houses like that, it's difficult. Thank you. Is there anyone else wishing to speak to this bylaw? Final call. Thank you. And if I could ask Council, I'm sorry, but I should have said this at the beginning of the meeting, to move forward corporate report number R042. That's dealing with an update on the implementation of our community climate action strategy, and that just allows our strategy manager, sustainability manager, not to spend the evening here with us. Okay. So can I, if it's on the table, Thank you. All those in favor, opposed, carried. And now could I deal with R042, which is an update of where we are, and I believe we'll have a more fulsome report as that sustainability exercise in climate action becomes closer to finalized. Thank you for the update. Could I put it on the table? Thank you. Seconder? All those in favor? Opposed? And that's carried. And thank you, Anna, for your work on that. I know at the Premier's table on the Climate Action Leadership Team that some of the work that Surrey's doing is indeed being noticed. So I appreciate you being here for a few minutes this evening. Back into the public hearing portion of the agenda. Madam Clerk, bylaw number 3.
Is official community plan amendment bylaw 18657 and zoning amendment bylaw 18658. There's from 1643 to 1785 168th Street and 16691 through to 16755 16th Avenue. There are various applicants on this application, and they are seeking to redesignate a portion of the site from suburban to urban and rezone a portion of the site from 1 acre residential to single-family residential 12. The applicants are proposing to subdivide into 104 single-family lots and 1 remainder portion to be developed in the future. In addition, a development variance permit is being sought to reduce the setbacks on lots 11 and 12 to allow for a more functional building envelope.
We have no correspondence relative to this application, nor do I have anyone signed up to speak to bylaw number 3. Is there anyone wishing to speak to bylaw number 3? First call, second call, third and final call. Thank you. Madam Clerk, bylaw number 4.
Is official community plan amendment bylaw 18651 and zoning amendment bylaw 18652. The addresses are 11252 6074 132nd Street and 13234 through to 13280 112B Avenue. The applicants are 1014925 BC Limited, and the applicant is seeking to redesignate the site from urban to multiple residential and rezone the site from single-family residential to multiple residential 30. The applicant is proposing to develop approximately 74 townhouse units. In addition, a development variance permit is being sought to reduce setbacks and allow more than 3 stair risers to encroach into the north yard setback.
And that numbered company has director information of Nimal Takar. I have one letter relative to this application on table with council, but I have no one signed up to speak. Is there anyone wishing to speak to bylaw number 4? First call, second call, third and final call. The sunshine has kept a lot of people away. Okay, Madam Clerk, number 5.
Is the zoning amendment bylaw 18653. The address is 10219 176th Street. The applicant is Navjit Sivia, and the applicant seeking to rezone the property from 1 acre residential to comprehensive development and is proposing to subdivide into 5 small suburban lots and 1 park lot.
We have no correspondence nor anyone signed up to speak to this bylaw. Anyone wishing to speak to bylaw number 5? Deb?
Deb Jack, Surrey Environmental Partners, 7680 143 Street. Once again, tree loss, however, they're keeping quite a few trees here, and it's nice to be able to at least comment on that. Approximately a quarter of the trees are being kept. I note that they've altered this layout to maximize tree and riparian area provisions. I would, however, like to ask the question, because I'm unclear from here, how wide is the riparian area setback?
The open space, you mean, to the north of 102?
They've noted the open spaces as percent of the site as opposed to what the width setback is.
Oh, do we have the dimensions of that open space? So it looks like it varies, but 12 meters at the left corner. Is that, Mr. Planner, can you read those numbers?
Yeah. Yes, Madam Mayor, through you to the delegation. Yeah, it does range a little bit, but it's in between 10 to 12 meters from the top of the bank.
Is that seems not very much. But I see that the QEP's been peer reviewed. Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Is there anyone else wishing to speak to bylaw number 5? Last call. Next bylaw, Madam Clerk.
Official Community Plan Amendment Bylaw number 18655 and Zoning Amendment Bylaw 18656. Specific addresses are 17770, 17780, and 50 Daly Road. The applicant is Solid Rock Holdings Incorporated and Berend and Brigitte Stunenberg. The applicants are seeking to redesignate a portion of the site from suburban to industrial and to rezone a portion of the site from 1 acre residential to light impact industrial. The applicants proposing to subdivide into 2 industrial lots and a large suburban residential lot.
I have no one wishing to speak to this bylaw signed up. Is there anyone wishing to speak to the bylaw? First call, second call, final. Sir? Good evening.
Good evening. Matt Morrison, 17786 100A Avenue. I've been reviewing all these documents because I live right next door. I'm trying to figure out what the final plan will look like with stuff.
Where the lot lines are?
I don't understand the way the subdivision is working.
Could we have a diagram of the subdivision, please, Mr. Planner? That looks like it's upside down.
Okay, so which lot is getting split which way?
Madam Mayor, through you to the delegation, the ultimate plan will be to create 3 lots. So there will be 1 lot kind of in the east, northeastern corner here, a second lot to the northwest over here, and a third large remnant lot on the southern portion.
Does that help you, sir?
Oh yeah, kind of. So I didn't understand that it was all 1 lot right now, so it's 1 lot becoming 3.
Yes.
And what zoning will 17850 be?
That is that the residential lot or the industrial lot with that address, Mr. Planner?
Madam Mayor, the 2 lots to the north that show these future buildings, those will be zoned IL, and this southerly large parcel here will remain RA.
But he's looking for the very specific 17850. I can't see those numbers, but it looks like it's the residential, or it looks like it's the industrial on the top corner.
Madam Mayor, yes, that will be zoned industrial IL.
Yeah, it's the top one on the corner, and it will be industrial.
Right. What's the current zoning?
The properties are currently split zoned, Madam Mayor. Essentially what's being done here is the northerly portion, both lots are split zoned, so essentially what it's doing is cleaning it up. So the 2 northerly lots which have industrial development on them will be zoned industrial, and the southerly large parcel will remain a remnant residential zoned property.
And what's the final plan? What's the end game?
The large remnant parcel is designated in the Abbey Ridge plan for future townhousing, and the northerly lots for industrial development.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, sir, for your comments. Is there anyone else wishing to speak to bylaw number 5? Oh, sorry, 6. Final call. Thank you. Madam Clerk, number 7, please.
Is zoning amendment bylaw 18649. The address is 8446 160th Street. The applicant is Titania Holdings Incorporated, and the applicant seeking to rezone the property from highway commercial industrial to comprehensive development. The applicant is proposing to develop a 4-story mixed-use building.
There is no one signed up to speak to this bylaw. Is there anyone wishing to speak to bylaw number 7? First call. Come forward, sir.
Good evening, Madam Mayor, Councillors. My name is Rick Hart, President of the Fleetwood Community Association, address 15996 84th Avenue. I'm very pleased to be here this evening for the fact that about 3 years ago we were approached by the proponent's architect, Doug Johnson, and we had a long discussion at Starbucks. And as you know, we've been involved in this town center plan for a number of years. And one of the objectives always was to try and find a way to unlock some of the land here on this triangle, and also to try and get mixed use in the community. We have a lot, obviously, townhouses, which does service the community. We always look for diversity. So it's really pleased the fact that we got 15 units that are actually 1-bedroom apartments, condos, and 2-bedroom. Anywhere from 500 to 720 square feet of the 1-bedroom, anywhere from 1,100 to almost 1,200 square feet with 2-bedroom. The thing that we've also found a need in the community is to try and have something other than 3-story walk-ups. And some of the seniors in the area are looking for something a little bit different. And this particular property has an elevator in it, which is really a bonus for those that are seeking an alternative in the community and be able to live in live in place as they age. The other thing that we've been able to achieve with the proponent, and that is to have underground parking. As this quadrant becomes more of a TOD, it's more difficult, even what we have today, parking on the street. So this will actually add to the asset to the property. The other thing that we've been able to achieve is that one of the things that we've always commented on, and that is where we have CRUs, commercial retailing units, we're front to back, which means they face not only the street, but they also back off to the parking lot. And one of the things that's a downfall of that aspect, we certainly want to encourage and support the commercial units, but we always seem to have the storefronts to the parking lot, which means we don't have any activity on the street, which is really the intention of planning and a few other things. So this particular one, we were able to work with them and get it to the street, to 160th, so we get more of an interaction between the merchants that will eventually lease there and the street, and create that vitality and security level as well. So anyhow, bottom line is we support this aspect. It's taken about 3 years, so I'm very pleased to see it come forward to council. Hopefully this will be one of the building blocks as we move forward to unlock this particular transition area of the land. And so I'd like to thank Doug Johnson, the architect, and certainly the proponent to bring this forward, and we support, and hopefully you do too as well. Thank you,
Thank you for your comments, and thank you for working with the proponent. Last call on bylaw number 7. Next bylaw, please, Madam Clerk.
Is zoning amendment bylaw 18654, and the address is 8210 170th A Street. The applicant is Monarch Investments Limited, and the applicant seeking to rezone the property from general agricultural to comprehensive development. The applicant is proposing to subdivide into 3 suburban single-family lots with future subdivision potential for the proposed Lot 1.
Thank you. We have 2 form letters on table in opposition. I have no one signed up to speak to the bylaw. Is there anyone wishing to speak to bylaw number 8? First call, second call, final call for bylaw 8. Thank you, and that concludes this evening's portion of the public hearing. Moving into committee reports. Investment and Innovation.
Move the minutes be received of the October 19th Investment and Innovation Committee.
Second. All those in favor? Opposed? Carried.
And I'll move the minutes be received of the Cultural Development Advisory Committee of November 17th.
Second.
All those in favor? Opposed? Carried.
And I'll move minutes be received of the Senior Advisory and Accessibility Committee, January 12th.
Second.
All those in favor? Opposed? Carried.
Move the minutes to be received from the Agriculture Food Security Advisory Committee, January 14, 2016.
Second.
All those in favor? Opposed? Carried.
And I'll move the Public Art Advisory Committee of January 14, 2016.
Second.
All those in favor? Opposed? Carried.
Move the January 20th, 2016 Park, Rec, and Sport Tourism Committee.
Second.
All those in favor? Opposed? Carried.
Move the minutes be received for Board of Variance, December 9th.
Second.
All those in favor? Opposed? Carried. I have one proclamation for this evening, and that is Pink Shirt Day, this week, February 24. Whereas the day of February 24, 2016 has been recognized by the City of Surrey as Pink Shirt Day, and in recognition thereof, citizens, businesses, and organizations throughout the city will be encouraged to also recognize the day. And whereas bullying is physical, verbal, or emotional harm or intimidation intentionally directed at a person or group of people, and whereas bullying is a universal problem that occurs in neighborhoods, in playgrounds, at schools, and through technology, and whereas various researchers have concluded that bullying is the most common form of violence, affecting millions of children and adolescents annually, and whereas targets of bullying are more likely to acquire physical, emotional, and learning problems, and whereas children who bully are at greater risk of engaging in more serious violent behavior, and whereas the City of Surrey is dedicated to building a safer community where everyone's right to live in a society free of violence, fear, and harassment is protected and preserved. Now, therefore, be it resolved that I, Linda Hepner, do hereby declare February 24, 2016 as Pink Shirt Day in the City of Surrey. And I encourage everyone to wear their pink shirts. And I read all of that because I think it's a really important message. And hopefully all of my councillors are dressed in pink on the 24th. Moving on to corporate reports.
Move corporate report R030, sale of surplus city property at 9624 168th Street for $414,000.
Second.
Thank you. All of those in favor? Opposed? Carried.
Move corporate report R031, award of contract for the West Village Park and District Energy Plant Project in an amount of $1,880,000.
Second.
All those in favor? Opposed? Carried.
Move corporate report R032, award of contract for the Wally West water main construction in the amount of $1,810,200.
Second.
All those in favor? Opposed? Carried.
Move corporate report R033, award of contract for major road network and arterial paving tender for $5,128,000.
Second.
All those in favor? Opposed? Carried.
Move corporate report R034, development of Surrey coastal flood protection strategy.
Second.
All those in favor? Opposed? Carried.
Move corporate report R035, award of contract for the King George Boulevard winding from 32nd Avenue diversion to 152nd Street in the amount of $4,044,483.
Second.
All those in favor? Opposed? Carried. We spent a lot of money on engineering tonight.
Move corporate report R036, 10-year servicing plan and 2016 development cost charges by law.
Second.
All those in favor? Opposed? Carried.
Move corporate report R037, acquisition of property at 18588 72nd Avenue for parkland in the amount of $1,521,000.
Second.
All those in favor? Opposed? Carried. Thank you, Councillor Hayne. We're building more parkland, or getting more parkland?
Absolutely.
Move corporate report R038, sponsorship request for the PICS event.
Second.
In the amount of $5,000.
Just a note here that this is in support of a senior care facility, but it is not in any way indicative of the location or any application that is not yet before this council.
That's right.
Okay? Call the question. All those in favor? Opposed? Carried.
Move corporate report R039, sponsorship request for Seeds Business Leadership Award Program in the amount of $4,000.
Second.
All those in favor? Opposed? That's carried.
Move Corporate Report R040, award of contract for the operation of outdoor pools. That's 8 pools in the amount of $2,320,410. That's over 3 years.
Second.
All those in favor? Opposed? And that's carried.
Move Corporate Report R041, the Cultural Grants Program.
Second.
Is it on the table? Do I have a seconder? Thank you. Okay, Councillor Villeneuve.
Thank you. I just wanted to say a word about Surrey's Cultural Grants Program. And this is a granting program that has been in place now for 3 years. 3 years ago, we gave $1 million, 35 grants to different organizations in the city that to support their artistic endeavors. And in 2015, this was an initiative by Council and our Cultural Committee, we gave almost $2 million to 49 different organizations and programs within the city. And I'm very proud to say this year we had 64 applications, and we're granting at this point 63 of those applicants $2,561,000. So I'm thinking that, you know, what is happening in the city is that we are helping our organizations build their capacity, reach new audiences, and for every dollar that we invest, it's been determined that $6 is raised in the community or by the organizations themselves. And so this year the focus was really on programs that align with our new youth engagement initiatives and projects that are contributing to the enhancement of the Newton Town Centre. These are just a few of the projects. And new this year, which I think is very exciting, is some support for organizations in our city, such as the Association of Francophones de Surrey, their 30th anniversary, the Surrey Festival of Dance, their 50th anniversary, and Alexandra Neighbourhood House, their 100th anniversary. So these are established organizations and initiatives in our city that are really helping us build the cultural vibrancy of the city. And so I just want to acknowledge our staff and that went through all of the applications, because they are detailed and have to be educated well. And to thank Council for the continuing support, because I think the best thing we can do is lend our support and our name in advocacy for the great cultural groups that are growing in Surrey. And on the last page of the report, you'll have a list of the 64 different organizations, cultural organizations in our city that are benefiting from the grants.
Thank you for bringing that to everyone's attention, Councillor Villeneuve, because I think the increase that we saw this year is indicative not only of the growing interest, but also Council's interest in creating that creative culture in our city that is so important to a vibrant community. So thank you, and make sure everybody goes online to look to see who those 63 winners are of the cultural grant.
They're approximately $5,000 to each applicant, so it's fairly distributed throughout the community.
Which is great. Thank you so much. I'll call the question. All those in favor? Opposed? That is carried. Next one is we did 042 with community climate action. So moving into the bylaw and permit section of the agenda.
Move third reading.
Arising.
Third on H1, Madam Mayor.
Seconder?
Second.
All those in favor? Councillor Hayne.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. And I'd just like to speak to this one for a second. I know we didn't have any delegations come to speak to it tonight, but I did notice that there were a number of letters that we received with respect to the ingress and egress of the shared shared laneway. And looking back, it's registered on title from the other development that would take place, and so. You know, it's unfortunate if people did not know or weren't aware that they would be sharing their driveway in the future, but certainly that was registered at the time of the first development taking place. So I think it's absolutely appropriate that we have that shared driveway. There's only half a driveway there now, and we need to widen it to the full driveway. So I just wanted to bring that to our attention. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. And Councillor Gill?
Thank you, Madam Mayor. My comments are actually quite similar. I know that the cross-access agreements that we had in the past have been great tools for engineering, but particularly as it relates to this particular site, just want to better understand, have we changed the way that we are registering the restricted covenants? Is it being registered just on the strata, or is it being registered on each individual title as it relates to each individual unit on the property, and have we changed that process given some of the obstacles that we had in the summertime in a South Surrey project with the similar issues?
Mr. Planner? Or Mr. Engineer?
To Mr. Gill through Madam Mayor. The easement is actually registered on the common property, and then each of the units themselves have a reference to that. So that is a land title. That's the way the land title takes care of it. So in the matter of actually registering and how it is registered, that won't change. But I believe staff are looking at ways to make the purchasers of these units more aware of what's happening within their unit that might affect them, and looking for solutions to that.
You asking a clarifying question there, because I have one? Yes. Okay. Just if I could get a little bit more clarification around that. So a person who would be going to purchase it would have access to the bylaws, and it shows that there's a registered covenant on those properties for an expanded access, or at what point in a purchase process should a purchaser be aware? Yeah.
Madam Mayor, on the title of the unit, there is a reference to that easement that is on there. So to actually visually see it, you would have to pull another document on that, but you're aware of something there. So that's usually something that's brought forward through your notary or your lawyer.
Would tell you that there's an easement access on this, and you would get that kind of notification of what does that mean?
Yes.
Means a shared access.
Yes.
Okay, so everyone should know that.
If you do your due diligence, yes.
Right?
Yes, correct.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
Thank you. I have another speaker, Councillor Woods.
Yes, Madam Mayor, thank you very much. I noticed that in this report that there's a comment from the school board opposing the higher density that I believe is going to result from the NCP amendment. How much is the density going to be increased? Can I ask that question, please, Madam Mayor?
Madam Mayor, through you to Councillor Woods. The proposal is for unit density of 21 units per acre. The project next door was 20 units per acre, and the current proposal is for 20 units. If we look at the unit density of 20 units per acre, the number of units achievable would be 18. The current NCP at 15 UPA would yield 14 units currently. However, the trend is for the higher densities. The neighboring properties are all have similar densities, and so it is somewhat consistent with the densities in the area.
Okay, well, so there's going to be higher density here. My concern is with regards to the capacity of the schools in the area. I just note that comment from the school board. So, Madam Mayor, I'm not going to be supporting this application here. Thank you.
Thank you, Councillor. I see no other speakers. I will call the question. All those in favour? Opposed? Opposed. Okay. Noted, Clerk. Madam Clerk. DVP.
Madam Mayor, also on H1, move that Council support the issuance of DVP 7915021000 for final adoption of the related bylaw.
Second.
All those in favour? Opposed? Should oppose that too.
Opposed.
Okay. Carried.
Move third on 2, Madam Mayor.
Second.
All those in favour? Oh, Councillor Woods?
Yes, Madam Mayor. Madam Mayor, another question again is that this is going to require an NCP amendment, and comments from the school board that that they don't approve a higher density in that area, and this is going to result in higher density. That's my understanding. I just want to get that clear from the staff. Please, Madam Mayor.
Madam Mayor, the NCP amendment on this application pertains to a small portion in the southeast corner of the property. It's a result of the severing off of that portion of the property from the property across the 164th road allowance. The 164th road allowance is not being closed, not available for sale, so the subject property, the developer for the subject property has incorporated into his development. The rest of the property is actually designated, the majority of it is designated up to 25 units per acre, and currently the density proposed is actually 19. So overall the density is significantly lower than what is permitted in the plan.
But there's still a requirement to get an NCP amendment. That's correct?
There is a yes, a small portion of the property, but factoring that in, the number of units are still overall less than what the current NCP allows. It's actually
it's an extension of and it's the corner piece of an existing.
Yeah,
so I just want to be clear that the density of the number of lots is going to be less than what they could have.
Yeah, Madam Mayor, the subject corner of the property is shown here blown up. There are 6 units in that area. In that area, if they followed the NCP, they'd be down to 5, but overall, the number of units are substantially
that have already gone through a process.
That's part of this application that are not amending the NCP.
So the density is less.
Yeah, density is lower.
So does that satisfy you, Councillor?
So the bottom line is the density is going to be less.
Okay. Yes.
Okay. Thank you very much. I'm concerned about the schools in the area, Madam Mayor.
Call the question. I will call the question. All those in favor? Opposed? And that's carried.
Move third on 3, Madam Mayor.
Second. All those in favor? Opposed? Carried.
Also on 3, on the zoning, move third.
Second. All those in favor? Opposed? Carried.
Also on third, move that council support the issuance of DVP 7915008400 on final adoption of the related bylaw.
Second. All those in favor? Opposed? Carried.
On 4, move third on the OCP.
Second. All those in favor? Opposed? Carried.
On 4, move third on the zoning.
Second. All those in favor? Opposed? Carried.
On 4, move that council support the issuance of DVP 7914036700 upon final adoption of the related bylaw.
Second. All those in favor? Opposed? Carried.
Move third on 5.
Second. All those in favor? Opposed? Carried.
On 6, on the OCP, move third.
Second. All those in favor? Opposed? Carried.
Move third on the zoning on 6.
Second. All those in favor? Opposed? Carried. 7.
Third on 7 on the zoning.
Second.
All those in favor? Opposed? Carried.
Move third on 8.
Second.
All those in favor? Opposed? And that's carried. Permits. Oh, did you want to speak to 8? It's okay. Councillor Gill.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. Just to staff, I just wanted to better understand that hook lot that's on the northern portion. Who's going to be responsible for that maintenance, given the owner of the hook lot did not want to consolidate or did not want to wish to sell that property to the applicant? I just want to better understand where that maintenance responsibility remains with in the future.
Yes, Madam Mayor, through you to Councillor Gill, that hooked portion would remain the maintenance of that hooked portion would remain the responsibility of the lot at 17112 here. So it's currently the lot is hooked across the road, so it would still be that owner's responsibility to maintain that land. Just
to understand the sightliness, what is their planning to be now or in the future in terms of cleanliness, beautification, finished landscaped area? What would that look like, and what is our expectations?
Madam Mayor, through you to Councillor Peel, I believe the expectation would be it would just be grassed, since that's would be the easiest maintenance for that owner. There's still an opportunity for that parcel land to be assembled with the property, or to the lot 3 to the west there, in the future.
Okay.
Permits, number 9.
Move DVP 7915037400 be approved on 9.
Second.
All those in favor? Opposed? Carried. 10.
10, move DVP 7915039600 be approved.
Second.
All those in favor? Opposed? Carried.
11, move DVP 7915039500 be approved.
Second.
All those in favor? Opposed? Carried.
On 12, move DVP 7915043700 be approved.
Second.
In favor? Opposed? Carried.
On 13, move that DVP 7914034200 be approved.
Second.
All those in favor? Opposed? Carried.
On 14, move DVP 7915033700 be approved.
Second.
All those in favor? Opposed? Carried.
On 15, move DVP 7915039700 be approved.
Second.
All those in favor? Any opposed? Carried.
On 16, move DVP 7915039100 be approved.
Second.
All those in favor? Opposed? Carried.
On 17, move that council support the issuance of DVP 7915004800.
Second.
All those in favor? Opposed? Carried.
On 18, move that council support the issuance of DVP 7915016300.
Second.
All those in favor? Opposed? Carried.
On 19, Madam Mayor, move that council support the issuance of a temporary use permit 7915030400.
Second.
All those in favor? Opposed? Carried.
On 20, move that council support the issuance of TUP 7915029600.
Second.
All those in favor? Opposed? Carried. Finals.
On the final adoption on 21.
Second.
I should call for anyone, persons wishing to make representation on this bylaw, the close and remove dedication of highway of a portion of road, number 21 on the agenda. Okay, move final.
Move final.
Second.
All those in favor? Opposed? Carried.
I'll move to rescind third reading of bylaw number 18641, granted under resolution R16-210 of February 1st, regular council meeting. Public hearing.
All
Second.
those, thank you. All those in favor? Opposed? Carried.
And I'll move to amend bylaw 18641 in sections 19, 24, and 25 regarding the memorandum of February 11th.
Second.
All those in favor? Opposed? Carried.
And I'll move third reading as amended.
Second.
All those in favor? Opposed? Carried.
And move final.
Second.
And all those in favor? Opposed? That's carried.
On 23, move that council rescind third reading of bylaw 18642.
Second.
All those in favor? Opposed? Carried.
Move council, also on 23, move that council requested to amend bylaw number 18642 in sections 11, 12, and 13.
Second.
All those in favor? Opposed? Carried.
Move that council requested to pass third reading as amended.
Second.
All those in favor? Opposed? Carried.
And finally, move final.
Second.
All those in favor? Opposed? Carried.
Move final adoption on 24.
Second.
In favor? Opposed? Carried.
Move final on 25.
Second.
In favor? Opposed? Carried.
Move final on 26.
Second.
In favor? Opposed? Carried.
Move final on 27.
Second.
And in favor? Opposed? And that's carried. Introductions.
Move first on 28.
Second.
All those in favor? Opposed? Carried.
Second.
Second.
In favor? Opposed? Carried.
Move third.
Third. Second.
In favor? Opposed? Carried.
On 29, on the 2016-2020 General Operating Financial Plan, move first.
Second.
In favor? Opposed? Carried.
Move second.
Second.
In favor? Opposed? Carried.
Third.
And in favor? Opposed? Carried.
On number 30, on the 2016-2020 Roads and Traffic Safety Operationals Financial Plan, move first.
Second.
All those in favor? Opposed? Carried.
Move second.
Second.
All those in favor? Opposed?
Move
Carried.
third.
Second.
In favor? Opposed?
On
Carried.
31, on the 2016-2020 Capital Financial Plan, move first.
Second.
All those in favor? Opposed? Carried.
Move second.
Second.
In favor? Opposed? Carried.
Move third.
Second.
In favor? Opposed? Carried.
132 on the Surrey secondary suite bylaw. Move first.
Second.
In favor? Opposed? Carried.
Move second.
Second.
Those in favor? Opposed? Carried.
Move third.
Second.
Those in favor? Opposed? Carried.
133 on the cultural and recreational parcel tax citation amendment. Move first.
Second.
All those in favor? Opposed? Carried.
Move second.
Second.
All those in favor? Opposed? Carried.
Move third.
Second.
And all those in favor? Opposed? Carried.
134 on the Surrey tree protection bylaw. Move first.
Second.
All those in favor? Opposed? Carried.
Move second.
Second.
All those in favor? Opposed? Carried.
Move third.
Second.
And in favor? Opposed? Carried.
135 on the Surrey development cost charges bylaw. Move first.
Second.
All those in favor? Opposed? Carried.
Move second.
Second.
All those in favor? Opposed?
Move
Carried.
third.
Second.
All those in favor? Opposed? Carried.
136 on the Surrey close and remove dedication of highway of a portion of road. Move first.
Second.
All those in favor? Opposed?
Move
Carried.
second.
Second.
In favor? Opposed?
Move
Carried.
third.
Second.
In favor? Opposed? Carried.
137 the Surrey close and remove the dedication of highway of a portion of road adjacent to 16540 Parkview Place. Move first.
Second.
All those in favor? Opposed?
Move
Carried.
second.
Second.
In favor? Opposed? And that's
Move
carried.
third.
Second.
In favor? Opposed? Carried.
138 Surrey close and remove the dedication of highway of a portion of road adjacent to 16616 Parkview Place at 16609 102 Avenue. Move first.
Second.
All those in favor? Opposed? Carried.
Move second.
Second.
In favor? Opposed? Carried.
Move third.
Second.
And in favor? Opposed? Carried. Delegation
I'll move
request.
1A. Rocha be heard at Council Committee.
Second. All those in favor? Opposed? Carried. And on table B?
I move that Anita Huberman, CEO of the Surrey Board of Trade, to appear as a delegation before Council.
Second.
As the CIC?
Yeah.
Yes.
Second.
All those in favor? Opposed? Carried.
I'll move the resolution to approve Council to attend the Globe 2016, those that can.
All those in favor? Opposed? Carried.
And I move the approval for the 2016 Center Civic Governance Forum on April 1st and 2nd.
Seconder?
Second.
All those in favor? Opposed? Carried.
I'll move Cities Reducing Poverty, April 5th to 7th.
Second.
All those in favor? Opposed? Carried.
And Accelerating Smart Communities on May 10th.
Second.
All those in favor? Opposed? Carried.
Moves the parking patroller's appointment of Sakajeevan Dhaliwal.
Second.
All those in favor? Opposed? Carried. Any notices of motion? And other business, I would just like to make note that for 1 hour and 39 minutes, the access to Crescent Beach was blocked by a BNSF train. And when the Surrey Fire Department requested the train be moved or separated, it took until from 1:15 until almost 2:30 for that to happen. And we will be writing to Transport Canada outlining our concerns relative to that, and our fire chief is also submitting a written complaint requesting the incident be investigated. That BNSF is in non-compliance with the railway regulations that prohibits a train from being stopped at a crossing for any longer than 5 minutes. It has taken us some time. This is not the first time this has happened, but it has taken us some time to actually document that with camera and video, I won't say surveillance, but with the clear understanding to BNSF and to Transport Canada with the evidence that it was recorded on one of our CCTV overlooking the Beecher Street and Crescent crossings. So we are providing, as I understand, that video to Transport Canada and telling them that this is not our first incident, but it is certainly the first incident that we have particularly recorded. And if there had been an accident or a need to get out of Crescent Beach or to get into Crescent Beach, an hour and 39 minutes to have no access to a community, a significant community in this city, is just simply not acceptable. So we'll be pursuing that with Transport Canada. Councillor Villeneuve, did you want to...
I'd just like to add a couple comments to that, because over the last year, there's been 4 other incidents that have blocked the railway tracks, which we were aware of, but BNSF did not hold the tapes for more than 2 to 3 weeks, so we didn't have the evidence to present to Transport Canada. And I want to acknowledge the fact that our fire department, having those concerns, and this council, put cameras, as the mayor has stated, at those crossings. So we actually shouldn't be in that position to be doing that. They should be taking responsibility for their own stoppages and starts and stops. But we are having to do that in order to prove our case to Transport Canada. And what concerns me as well is that Transport Canada no longer inspects the rails, but relies on the railway's reports and audits those reports about the safety of the tracks. So I think this city is unfortunately having to move in the direction of actually doing more of that monitoring and also building our case eventually on rail safety and relocation.
Thank you, Councillor. It's, yeah, but at least now we have them on TV. Any other business? Seeing none, I will call for an adjournment.
So moved.
Second. Thank you. All those in favor? Opposed? Wear your pink shirt. And that is carried. We are adjourned.